Hello children, this video is the continuation part of Standard 6 Geography, Standard chapter number 3, Water Bodies. This is part number 3. The characteristics of river we will discuss from page number 53. The river source can be headwaters. It is always fed by the snow melt from the mountains or the glacial melt from the mountains. Moving on next, there are basically two types of rivers, perennial rivers and non-perennial rivers. Perennial rivers are known as permanent rivers which don't get dried up in the summers. Like you have the Himalayan rivers, the Ganga and the Yamuna, which never gets dried up in the summers, and they also help in irrigation, in generation of hydroelectricity, and also play a major role in the life of the humans, to the plants and the animals. Moving on next, the non-perennial rivers or the periodic rivers are those which do not have a constant life. They get dried up during summer season and again which starts flow during the rainy season. The non-perennial rivers, this is the stream, this is the way of the river which is now dried up, and again it will start flowing during the rainy season. And this is a perennial river which keeps on flowing no matter what the weather is. So rivers play a very important role in the life of the human being. Number one, in the agricultural industry, they play a very vital role. Agriculture is not possible without the supplies of water from the river. It provides safe drinking water. Navigation becomes very much possible because of the transportation, the heavy bulk things, which becomes easier. The transportation of heavy bulk thing becomes easier because of the rivers. Provides variety of seafood, also attracts people for tourism. Number of minerals can be extracted from the rivers, and also it is a place for marine animals and plants. These are the importance of the river. Let me tell you once again: agriculture industries, safe drinking water, transportation system, provides huge amount of source of food, tourism facilities, attracts tourists, mineral attraction, and it is a home for the animals and plants of living in the water. Next we will move to causes of water pollution. The first reason is urbanization. The rapid urbanization, the percentage in which people are making their houses, this is leading to the number one reason for the water pollution is urbanization. The rapid urbanization in India during the recent decades has given rise to number of environmental problems such as water supply, waste water generation and its collection, the treatment and disposal. People are making houses but they don't have proper drainage system, so the drain water gets collected, accumulated in a bad patch area, which leads to water pollution further. The second reason is agricultural runoff and improper agricultural practices. Improper agricultural practices here leads to the traces of fertilizers and pesticides which are used in the agricultural processes. Next is withdrawal of water. The water which flows down from the Himalayan rivers, they don't find proper way of flowing down. The denying of water to flow down leads to pollution. The irrigation facilities are not proper, thus they don't get proper way to flow down and thus gets polluted. Next, We all are very much familiar to this in our country, the religious and social practices. The religious faith, social practices also add to pollution of our river waste. Carcasses of cattle, other animals are disposed into the rivers. Dead bodies are cremated on the river banks. Partially burnt bodies are also flung into the river. All this is done as a matter of religious faith. People believe, they have superstitious belief in this, which is polluting the river. It is also carrying the percentage down day by day. The quality of the water is going down day by day, and the hygiene percentage has become diminished because of this religious and social practices. We also know about the pesticides and the organic and inorganic pollutants which are added in the farms during the time of agriculture. All get accumulated and are getting drained due to the flow into the rivers, and these all add to agricultural waste. Next, we can move to the oil spills. Waste oil from cities, drains, tankers, they seep into the rivers and they pollute the water. You can see in the aftermath of this type of environmental disaster, the grim looking sea and the oil spill beaches looks as if they can never be cleaned. Birds and mammals, they die in large percentage because of this oil spill. The leakage of tanks, the city drains leads to the oil spill. So this water pollution has become a major concern in human life today. Although we have 71% of water and 29% of land, but the 71% is highly contaminated and is affecting both human as well as the marine life. The unequal distribution of water on the earth and its increasing demand due to increasing population is becoming a concern for everyone. The pollution of water makes difficult for man to support life. Man has polluted not only surface but also groundwater. So it is we humans who have created this havoc for ourselves also, and for the marine life also, for the birds, for the animals, for all the kinds of living beings in this earth. So it is high time that we find a way for this water pollution. We should try to save our planet and come to a point that we should never waste water, never pollute water, as that is the natural source. We should honor it, save it, and keep our planet clean and a living one. Thank you, children. All the best.